folks, we just pulled into Jones Power Sports here in Durant, Oklahoma. Look at this shit. Look at this badass Sea-Doo, man. That thing's cool. Maybe we need to swap in our motorcycle obsession for a boat. Nah, we've already had one of them. Anyways, we're here to pick up the new ride. We've driven from Texas. I got Norman over here. We're in the Blue Beast, old classic Chevy, to pick up the Honda. So, you know, we'll come back and we'll show you what we got a little bit later. All right, there you go, folks. Chris here is gonna help me load this bad boy up. Then we're gonna take it back to Texas and terrorize the road, man. All right, folks, so here we go. This is kind of a double test because our first initial ride straight from the dealership didn't fare well because we didn't have no audio. So after essentially, whenever I say the ride from the dealership, we bought the motorcycle in Durant, Oklahoma. We live in Bailey, Texas. So we didn't ride the thing back from Durant because that would have virtually been impossible. This machine just doesn't go fast enough for the kind of roads we would have had to been on. But, you know, as soon as we got it home, we took it on a little 20-mile round trip. And then, you know, I had some pretty amazing commentary for you guys going on about the Honda Navi, and then it just wasn't there because I did not have my microphone hooked up correctly. So this is the second attempt at that, and also to try out the mic set up for the first time. Right now I've got everything mocked up onto my helmet, the little GoPro adapter that you have to have, that is only made by GoPro, that works with an aftermarket mic. And so I've got the mic kind of wired into my helmet right now. I've got the wires a little bit loose, and we actually got everything, the GoPro adapter and the wires, gorilla taped to my helmet. It kind of looks pretty ghetto, but we'll maybe look at that later. So let's go through the process of starting the Navi. Now it's been running today. It's pretty warm, so I probably don't have to choke it. I've already found that it doesn't like to be choked. If it's warm, it will not start. If you try to do exactly what the Honda manual says as far as starting goes. But first off is putting the bike onto the center stand. Put my gloves on here, and then we can put that up there. Center stand. Kickstand up, because there is a safety kill switch in the kickstand. And we have to have the parking brake on, which is kind of a bit of a pain in the butt. There we go. And then of course your kill switch needs to be disengaged, and you want to turn your key on. This is carbureted, so no fuel pump to prime or nothing like that. And then the next step is to pull the right brake in and press the start button. There you go. Now this thing does have a kickstart here, if you can see that. And we have already tested that out, and it will start this way without being on a center stand as long as the kickstand is up. Make sure you always put that back, because the last thing you want to do is break that. And never try to kickstart it while it's already started. You're going to screw some stuff up. So Jones Power Sports is where we bought this machine. The reason why we bought it from Jones is because they were saying $2,008 out the door. No dealer's fee, no prep, none of that crap. Just no nonsense. So, of course, you know, you got your petcock here, and we want to make sure that that little notch there is pointing down. That is your tank turned off, and that is in reserve. Got a cap in the little Honda Navi storage compartment there. Now, the first 20 miles, man, we missed out. We did get the footage, but we didn't get the audio, and it was quite the ride, man, getting used to this thing, because like I said, virtually straight from the dealer. And look at them little stickers there. Got some little pokies. So this bike is you know, not exactly put together that great. Made in Mexico, so what can you say? But they are highly popular, and they are very good machines for their price. Very basic drum brakes, carbureted engine, kind of got a little air-cooled little thing going there. I mean, the pipe isn't exactly much to look at, but there is quite a bit of aftermarket support. So after this is kind of warmed up, we can take off the parking brake there, and we just twist the knob. There's Brooklyn. She's chicking down on riding the bike right now, so she thinks she's going to be too heavy-handed. As we can see, this thing is super duper quiet. It used quite a bit of gas on that 20 miles. It read full. I don't know if the dealership had it exactly full or not. Honda claims that this thing is going to get 100 plus miles to the gallon. The catch is it has a 0.9 gallon tank, and so you don't have a full gallon to play with to begin with. And I think, from what I understand from most of the YouTube videos I've seen on this bike, is the average gas mileage is more like around 80 gallons, or I'm sorry, 80 miles 80 miles to a tank. So, and already I can already see that I like these mirrors way better than I like the ones that were on the Honda Monkey. And you got to watch out these little back roads, man. So kind of what we were saying in the commentary that got away from us is that this bike is advertised as a great starter bike, a great bike to commute around town in the city. You're trying to save gas, maybe it's your first vehicle, period, you know, maybe it's your first introduction to motorcycle. But what nobody talks about is how much fun you can have on these bikes in the rural setting as well. I mean, we live out here in the country, and the reason why we love mini motos is so that we can have family fun, just, you know, good, wholesome, ripping up the streets on a machine that is not going to kill you, you know, for doing too fast or whatever. We take them to the state parks, we'll take them, you know, to the lakes or whatever, and just, we can all ride around and enjoy ourselves. So as you see, I'm kind of cruising right now about 45 miles an hour. It is super duper windy in Texas today, and that initial 20 miles that we rode the Navi, the wind was pushing us just all over the road. It was insane. And I mean, I'm sure there are probably windier places in this world, but right now Texas seems to be a contender, man, let me tell you. Even on the Fury, and there are definitely some potholes that I would not want to hit on the Navi right now. So you know, we're looking for some back roads so that Brooklyn can kind of get her feet wet and not really, you know, stress out sharp curves, big potholes, things like that, because she is planning on riding with me for the upcoming event, Texas Tiddler's Endurance Run. And you know, that's going to be 100 miles of state park roads. And looking at some videos from last year, I think Quasi Motard was at that event, and so he's posted some videos of that from last year. It looked pretty rough, man, some of it. So she has to be able to maneuver in and out. She's 14, and essentially we bought the Monkey for her. She was able to get up and ride it, and to get up to take off, and, you know, do all that stuff properly. But the gear changing is scaring her, and she's afraid that she's going to tear up the beautiful new Honda Monkey. So, you know, we thought, okay, well, why not let's get a Navi then, maybe let her start out on that, and when she gets a little bit more comfortable, we can, you know, let her kind of you know, see what she can do on the Monkey. Or maybe pick up another used bike that if she tears it up, then, you know, we just fix it, and it isn't no big deal. It's not like, oh, you just broke the brand new 2023 motorcycle. As a matter of fact, we're looking at picking up a used 2019 Monkey from a gentleman that we've gotten to know from the monkey groups that also ended up living real close to us. So one of the things about this bike, the drum brakes, these are cable actuated brakes. Now this is hilarious, because this guy is wanting me to go around him, and little does he know I'm on basically a scooter. So they must be looking for something, man. He's lost something. So yeah, we're just cruising 40, 45. It does that fine. I'm 200, 225 on my heavy days, 200 on my healthy days whenever I'm not you know, eating too much or whatever. But so yeah, we're able to hit 45 no problem. I hit about 48, 49 or a little bit earlier when we were riding, but like I said, super duper windy, so maybe with some wind behind my back and going downhill, we might be able to see 50 plus, 52 miles an hour. But you know, with no mods, that's pretty good. That's not bad for a 110cc motorcycle. So, and of course, technically it's 109 cc's, but us men like to exaggerate everything and make it a little bit bigger than it really is. And one of the things we missed out, because also too the GoPro died, because apparently once you hook up a external mic to this thing, you can expect about half the battery life. So I don't even know if, you know, this quick little back road run, if the battery will last. It had like 80% battery whenever I started this little adventure. Again, part 2 of the first ride on the Honda Navi. Actually, I guess it's technically the second ride. So yeah, man, another lesson learned. We just buy a bunch of GoPro batteries, so maybe we'll have a little better luck keeping the camera rolling. We was just working with one battery. Next Friday, we're riding down towards Longview, Texas, to meet up with another content creator, Christian Holdup, Christian's Customs. A guy here on YouTube. Will try to put a link to his channel here. And we're buying his old Insta360 1X2 360 camera. He just upgraded to the X3, and you know, he's going to give me a buddy deal on it, so we're going to buy that. And we're also looking at maybe picking up another used, or actually not used, but a cheap action camera to do like some comparison videos with the GoPro. So we'll know more about that here in a few weeks when we can get the camera in. And so yeah, so 109cc engine. It's got drum brakes, so basically the oldest technology you could possibly think of. And I want to say, if I remember correctly, I guess this is a good place as any to do a little walk around. So you have your kickstand there, as well as the center stand. You've got passenger pegs in case, you know, you want to load up the ladies, man. So yeah, you can cruise around town, man. Go to the little nightclubs, whatever, the little watering holes, and maybe possibly you know, score some sweet ladies on this bad boy. So we got the red, comes in 4 colors: grasshopper green, forest green, and nut brown. And you know, we was wanting the grasshopper green because all our other bikes are yellow, and that one's at least somewhere in between green and yellow, and would have matched the Fury and the Monkey a little bit better. I do believe it is a 10-inch back wheel, 12-inch front. I'm almost certain that's correct. I don't have my phone on me, so we'll put some of those stats in the video, just somewhere over here or over here. And you know, pretty basic instrument panel here. Looks like an old clock face, you know, kind of the old school dial speedometer. And of course, gas gauge right there, which is nice to have. That's a nice feature that I don't even have on my Honda Fury. So when my gas runs out on the Fury, I don't get no warning. I don't get it, just bam, the gas light comes on and it telling me, hey, you better stop and get gas pretty quick. High beam, low beam. We've got the turn signals, left, right, press to release. We got the horn. I guess the horn won't honk without the key on. There you go, cute. We got the kill switch. We got the electric start. You know, obviously this is the front brake, and the cable actuated brakes are also linked together. So it has a dual braking type system where if you press one or the other brakes, it actually engages the front and back to some degree. And of course, just a small little pipe coming out here. The header's actually in a nice location, so you know, worry about too much about dragging it, busting it off, taking it off-roading a little bit. And then of course you can probably see the carburetor hidden up in there somewhere. You know, my head's a little crooked, can't quite get low enough, but yeah, all in all, man, I think this is a really good machine. And like I was saying, that you know, people are really more talking about, oh, it's a great machine for running around town, little gas saver, go pick up a few groceries, you can put them in the storage bin right there, and you know, all that stuff. And they're not really giving enough credit to how much fun you can have on these things on the back roads, at the state parks, at the you know, the family get-togethers, at the lake, and just cruise around and have fun, man. So that's kind of what we got these for. Like I said, we're going to be taking it down to the Texas Tiller Endurance Run at Sabine National Forest, Memorial Day weekend. And that is put on by Dennis Leggett and a few others, kind of motorcycle gurus down there. So anyways, there you go, folks. This is probably coupled with the video. Maybe have done a two-part. I'm not really for sure yet how I'll edit all this footage in. But we did take a little bit of video before we went and got the thing, so I'm sure you'll see that before you see this. And of course, yeah, man, so now we got more motorcycles and more payments, more insurance, more things than you really want to have. The bike MSRP is $1,809. Typically out the door, if you've got a dealership that is not going to gouge you, if you're paying cash, we're talking $2,550, $2,600, give or take. And yeah, man, so it's a very cheap bike. A lot of plastic. A lot of these pieces, you know, these side panels are all plastic. Very cheap to replace. If you screw something up, then you don't have to worry about it breaking the bank to replace these things. So got a little storage. You got your gas tank is right here. I mean, this thing is not like, you know, just built with all these extra cool features, but there are a lot of aftermarket things that you can do with this bike. Man in the Box makes a little radio system that you can put in here and convert all this stuff to some of that, and some decals, and you can change the shocks, and you can, you know, they got all kinds of just really cool things that you can upgrade on the Honda Navi. The Yoshimura exhaust, Vance and Hines exhaust. I mean, the list goes on, and it's just really a really cool bike in general for those of us that's not riding it because it's a cheap mode of transportation. This is something that we're intending on having just unlimited amounts of fun on. And you know, I think that as much as I enjoy riding the Monkey, this bike is, you know, this is a good machine. So anyways, let's get her started back up, and we're going to head back towards the house. And haven't dropped a video in 2 weeks, so I need a little bit more consistent about that. But at the same time, I was having problems. You know, it's been raining, and I hadn't gotten to ride, and other things. It's just, you know, it's life. So we don't do this for a living. We just do this for fun. You know, I hope that if you like the content, you want to see more content, subscribe. Like the video, comment down below, help me out. Maybe you know, if we can monetize the channel, eventually we can have more toys, more mods. We can do performance mod videos, we can do visual mod videos and things like that. Work, you know, have a little bit more time where we can focus on bringing y'all good quality content. So anyways, like I said, let's start her back up. Let's see how well the kickstart works, shall we? So let's make sure that's up. We've got that there. Flip this out here. Well, I have to use our hand. Bam, start right up. See? So 2 kicks, man. How about that? And that is a good actually good option to have because, excuse me, it is springtime. As you can see, the flowers and everything blooming, so allergies are kind of rocking a little bit. But so this being able to kickstart this bike if your battery is dead is freaking amazing, because we let the battery run down on the Honda Monkey. We wasn't quite riding it enough over the last week or so. Like I said, it's been raining like crazy, and the LED light, underglow lights that we installed drained the battery down, man. So I put a battery tender on it. We did have to bump start it though 2 different times, and man, let me tell you, I did not realize how out of shape I was, because, you know, we just don't have enough space or enough hills to just do a rolling bump start. And I had to back it up and down my driveway about 10 times and catch the one little hill that we had to get that thing started, and man, it wore me out. So we did get it started. Then we put a battery tender on there, and problem solved until we at least get the switch put in. So we still have some mods that we're planning on doing to the Monkey, and a lot of riding next week. We've got a big ride coming up, a couple of big rides. Like I said, we're going down to meet up with my friend to get his old 360 camera, and then the very next day we're riding up to Warwick, Oklahoma, to the SEBA Station Motorcycle Museum off of Route 66. So that should be good times too. But I think we're going to end up putting somewhere around 700-800 miles on the Fury over 2 days, which, you know, I mean, that's not overwhelming. There's people on here on YouTube putting that in daily. You know, you got some of these riders that do this stuff for a living, man, bringing you the cool content and stuff. But yeah, so that is kind of our intentions, is have as much fun as possible this summer. Brooklyn is going to be going to Ireland and Scotland with her grandparents for a couple of weeks. So during that time, I think I'll be going to Hot Springs for a motorcycle rally on the Fury. And I don't think we'll go to like Barber or Smoky Mountain Small Bore this year, but that is definitely on our list maybe for next year. It looks like it is really going to be packed, man. They have sold out on RV spots up there already, and I think they opened up more land for more RV spots up in the meantime. So yeah, with the mini moto kind of market just exploding, so many companies out there right now. CF Moto, Ice Bear, you know, this KTM's got this Duke 200, man. I mean, there is some of them's got really crazy names. It's crazy. There are tons of Chinese kind of Grom clones out there. You see them all over Facebook and Facebook Marketplace, and you know, cycle trader type groups and stuff like that. But the mini moto market, man, is booming right now, and I think it's just a cheap, fun way to get your knees in the breeze and just enjoy life in general, man. Because, you know, as somebody who struggles with PTSD and anxiety disorder, this riding motorcycles, man, is just like, wow. It gives me like the opportunity to kind of breathe and just, you know, it's hard to explain until you are virtually out there doing it. Now, comfort-wise on this bike, you know, I'm a pretty tall guy, somewhere in between 6'1", 6'2", and like I said, you know, pretty big stocky dude, 220, 225, depending on if it's morning or night. And yeah, I'm not uncomfortable on this bike at all. You know, a 20-mile ride earlier today, it really didn't affect me all that much. Right now we're sitting at 26 miles on this bike, so you know, we're still on the break-in period, and we need to get it broke in before Memorial Day weekend. It is currently April 29th. So Saturday, April 29th. And yeah, man, we got to get this thing broke in and get ready for the Texas I'll say that 10 times real fast. The Texas Tiddler Endurance Run Sabine National Forest, Bowles Field Recreational Area. So that should be a really good time. Like I said, if you want to see some videos on that, check out Quasi Motard. He's got a couple of videos of his when he went and done the Texas Tiddler run last year. So I did chat with him on Facebook. He said something about he was going to try to make it this year as well. And that was a week or so before he was going to do the scooter cannonball run again. So yeah, that dude put some serious miles on his mini moto machines. It's pretty wild. So yeah, man, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, give it a dislike, shit. I mean, whatever helps the algorithms do their thing, you know. And you know, let's see what how much more trouble we can get into on these little bitty bikes, man. It's a lot of fun. Right now I got it pegged out. We're doing 40 uphill, and I've got a vehicle behind me that probably is wishing I would be going faster, but you know, let them do something, man. Let them say something. Like I said, we be doing, we ain't 1%ers around here, but you know, we definitely knows how to we know how to play. Yeah, big bad bikers on our Honda Navi. You know, so look out, America. You know, like they say, you meet the nicest people on a Honda. I've been accosted on my monkey by the sheriff already because I just got out of the shower and I was just rocking a pair of shorts and a wife beater, and I'm covered. I've got like 40 plus hours of tattooing on my body, and I usually shave my head, not because I'm a skinhead, but because I'm balding, man. So, you know, stereotyping me. I'm actually, you know, it's a lot of fun though to kind of say, screw you, big guys. We're gonna do what we want here. So yeah, it's, you let off the gas. You know, you need to put quite a bit of force on the brakes. Right now it's rocking, man. It's wanting to go. There it goes. It's finally starting to idle down. So it's idling kind of high right now, but that's because, man, it's wanting to go more. So yeah, we're at 28 miles. We're a little under a half gallon of tank, or half gallon of gas on the, or half a tank. All right, guys, that's it for this video on the Honda Navi. We will have some more content coming up in the future. We're going to do a video going over the specs on this bike, and maybe some more ride and reviews type things where we'll take it out and test it on different scenarios, different roads, paved, dirt, those kind of things. But that's it, man. So until the next video, folks, keep it real. Peace.